Hi you guys, so we're going to explore auto move today in many different ways. I often find myself spontaneously auto moving like I am now. And a few tips and helpful things about auto move are sometimes it's nice to have one movement that you're focusing on, like walking or doing a qigong movement, which we'll do today, or just focusing on one thing and then letting the movement happen around that one thing. And then once you start it, you can kind of drop that one thing and just get kind of absorbed and lost in it. And to also enjoy the motor movement, right? We often can feel, especially as we age and after we get injured, kind of crickety in our bodies and stuff. And so we're just kind of exploring playing in comfortable ranges of our body. You may see me do some pretty big, large movements. Those are optional. So start with small movements and then work your way up to bigger movements. And it's about learning how to spontaneously play and be in your body as you learn to expand your range of motion, right? Like you didn't go to your first yoga class and get into a headstand, right? That maybe was a little bit down the line. And so what I'm going to give you in all of these practices today are one, a juxtaposition to do one thing slowly, consciously, and then you're just going to go into an auto. So there's that play of juxtaposition of like, okay, now do the opposite, which is an easy way to learn things. And then at the end, I like to close out whatever auto meditation practice I do with, it's like you go to yoga and then you do shavasana. You lay in shavasana and you just kind of absorb, and you go into a meditation in some way, shape, or form of stillness, silence, just absorbing, being with whatever's reverberating off of that practice. Oftentimes it's a pleasant flow or a feel-good sensation or just a relaxed feel rest sensation, and just like enjoying that, like you do shavasana after a yoga class, right? Okay, that's how we juice this practice and learn what we can from it. So when you're ready, we're gonna start out just kind of dropping in, checking in, grounding, and then we'll move into the practices. So start with the feet about hip width apart, maybe a little wider, and soft knees and hips and shoulders. Let your joints be soft and loose. And just start maybe with a little sway. And we're just taking a few ahs or ahs. Nice reset. You can ground a little bit. Touch is great with this practice. We're kind of just breathing, moving, exploring, and touch is a great way to kind of ground ourselves. And you can even like cross your arms and like give a little squeeze. This is a wonderful, Qigong understands this concept. Tai Chi or Tai Chi and Qigong of like grounding, getting present, touch. You know, you can kind of go down through the body and be like, hey. You can place a hand on the belly or the heart, or both hands on the belly or hara. Or you can just let the hands sway to the sides. And we're gonna settle in and just take a soft bend in the knees, relax through the joints again, and just close the eyes. And feel like wiggle the toes and the feet a little bit. They feel rigid or stiff. Wider the feet, the more stability. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna start to sway with the arms. And this is an example of finding your range of motion. Like right now, it's not about how big or how small your sway is, but it's about what feels good. What feels good in the motor mechanics of the movement. This is auto, like in the shoulder joints, in the elbow joints, in the wrist joints, in the feel of the way the hands move as a whole, or part by part, or bit by bit, right? Just Finding your auto sway. If I said, go sway your arms, you know how to do that. It's the one thing, right? Here's the one thing we're doing. We're just learning to sway our arms. And then I'm going to give you a little permission to play. Like, right, this is auto. You don't even need any permission at any time, right? You can change your sway, your arms. It could be like a figure 8 or just a side to side or whatever it is, you know. Whatever feels like, oh, that would be fun to do next. And pretty soon you'll stop thinking, you'll just start doing. You'll be like, and then you'll be like, oh, that's big. I don't know that I want to go that big right now. You're honoring moment to moment. What's alive? What's present moment to moment? What's alive now? What's alive now? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. What's alive now? And there's this subtle sense of flow, like one movement moves into the next, and it may be an addition of a movement, or maybe a totally different movement, or just like let your movement flow. You can shake out in any way you want, and then when you're ready, slowly settle to a still point, and we're gonna just put the hands up as high as it feels comfortable and just drop them down. Drop them down. You're gonna let them swing for a bit and drop them down. And these are just like opening the door exercises to this practice, right? You'll see in a minute when we start, like we're gonna slowly explore a little deeper and a little deeper. And when you're ready this time, you're just gonna let the hands slowly sway and settle and settle and settle. And we'll start with a little bit of Qigong movement. So this next movement that we're gonna do, you're gonna place the hands in like a big round as if you're holding a ball, right? And sink in, like I'm gonna hold a beach ball. It's not a heavy ball, it's like a beach ball, right? Yes. And when you're ready, you're gonna take an inhale up and an exhale down. Soft knees and hips, relax the shoulders. Kind of distribute your weight in your feet so you're not too far in your toes or back in your heels. Find there's an constant auto moving. So auto is in, you're not even thinking about it. You know how to stand up. Your body knows how to constantly shift your weight forward and back into the toes and into the heels and find a perfect pitch balancing point, contraction or tension of muscle point, relaxation of the muscles point, right? Your body knows how to do that. So find that in this pose. Let it feel good. Inhale up and exhale down. And then the auto nature can be extended by like, oh, I want to come up onto my toes. And my hands want to play and scoop out a little bit. Maybe I come up and down, or maybe I come out and down, right? And maybe I come back up the center. It's just inhale up, exhale down. That's all you're doing. You're raising the arms up and down. Inhale up and exhale down in any way, shape, or form. What one feels delicious? What one do you want to explore? Right? You know the movement. What's the movement? Inhale up, exhale down, right? So do it any way you want. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Oh, that was great on the back. Down, it was like a squeeze into the back of the shoulder blades. Oh, yawn. That was auto yawn that just came up. Oh, inhale up into the toes and stretch. Oh yeah, I want to like do big ones now. And you'll start to notice when you let censorship or hypervigilance down, it's like, ooh, I'm gonna add a little bit to this. And whatever feels good, inhale up, exhale down. And your movement may be this small. Just like inhale up, exhale down. Or it may be huge, big range of motion. what is alive in your sensory system right now? What is your mood? What is your energy level? Don't go for anything other than feel good right now, right? And if feel good is like, oh, I just want to stay here and breathe, that's your range. And we're so often playing outside of our range, and auto is about playing in different ranges because we're listening to our sensory system. We're expanding and enjoying movement, range of motion and flow, and just start to move a little bit in whatever way that feels good to you. You can put on music too if you want. Next time you do this practice, it's great with music. This feels great on my shoulders and my back. I've been shoveling a lot, have sore wrists, so I'm gonna just play like what would feel juicy in my wrists, my back, my body right now. Right, we're so used to this stiff, rigid. I taught it for 20 years. I was a fitness instructor, so I know this. Knees behind the toes, watch every single thing you do. And we learn to explore only that range in movement. Right now, I'm so light in my feet as I move. So I've learned to trust my body, and my body's learned to move in an automated way where it doesn't have to think anymore in broader ranges. And you're just enjoying. And now I'm like, ooh, it would feel good to lift up my legs. You can do this practice seated, any way you like. You're moving whatever parts or points of your body that you want. Some of them, all of them, whatever. And noticing, like there's a sensation of your body as a mechanical machine. You just enjoying. It's like it's enjoying the movement. That's the mechanical nature. I'm enjoying the movement. I'm not doing it for any other reason than it's fun and spontaneous. And I'm enjoying it. Woo! Yes. Lots of in Qigong and Tai Chi as well. Swirls, figure eights, S's are helpful in this practice and just fun, and they just naturally come out. I find oftentimes. And you'll notice just as I do this auto sound just then. You might notice auto sound and speak and babble, which we will do in a second. Woo! Yes, and just enjoy a few more, a minute or so, just moving your body in any way, shape, or form. You're just playing. That feels good on the knees. Feels good on the knees. Oh yeah. And then when you're ready, we're gonna add a little bit of sound, specific sound. So this next switch of the practice is to do whatever you want with the body, but your one thing to focus on is yes, yes, yes. And for about a minute, we'll go, and you're just gonna, yes, say yes to everything for a minute. See what that feels like. Yes, 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 yep, definitely, yep, definitely, definitely that, yes, why not? Why not? Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Absolutely. Huzzah! Huzzah! Yes. How many ways does yes come out spontaneously? Hallelujah! Yes. 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 Yep. Yep. Definitely. Yep. Yes. And when you're ready, last couple yeses. Yes, 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 yes. And then we're going to end our practice. Again, remember integration, silence, soak in, absorb our experience, because for most of us that was probably something very new and very different. So settle down, let your breath settle. Start to slow your movement down. Knees soft, hips soft. And if you want to sit down completely or lie down, you're going to slowly work your way down to the floor if you're lying down. And we're just slowing, taking a few breaths. And we're going to add some texture to our breath. So that's your one focus texture on the breath, just like And then like a soothing texture of the breath. Like I'm auto swaying right now. And auto breathing. Auto moving. And you're slowly settling to a still point. Maybe you put hands to heart or belly, 1 to 1, whatever, down to the side, whatever works for you. A few more breaths. And as you exhale, just come into a nice, feel the rest, relax on the exhale. Anything you don't need to hold you up, right? Lengthen through the spine, let everything else just drop. Soft. Soft knees and hips if you're standing. You'll notice oftentimes I yawn through this practice. You're welcome. It's a nervous system reset boot, but it is because you're resetting or rebooting your nervous system. You oftentimes let go of tension in the body. And when that's released, there's often a deep sense of relaxation and also feel good. See if you just feel good. Notice what you notice. We'll hang out for about a minute, eyes closed. That's comfortable. This is great to follow up with like a seated 5 or 10 minute practice, just to feel, you often feel a kind of a flow, a bubbly, effervescent flow when you sit down after this practice and get really still. And also know that it may take some time to wind back down into that stillness. That's part of the integration process. So I'm going to pop off here. Feel free to post some questions below. Now stay here with yourself. Give yourself a gift of peace and quiet and silence for another minute, 2 minutes. And just notice what you notice in terms of the after vibrations of this practice.